Back into it with part 2, just shadow boxing here, just been for the run and jumped on the tyre obviously. Still just jumping on the tyre, not skipping because it screws me ankles. So tyre's been really good though. I feel it sort of takes the impact out of it. And you know, I actually feel a little bit of rhythm with it that actually correlates over to my punching. Whereas I feel like skipping kind of doesn't do that for me anyway. It sort of makes me stay on my toes, but that's about it. But the tyre does that also. So today is actually boxing sparring. So just with Lucky and Ross got their fights. They didn't. They weren't sparring. I don't think they were hitting pads. So yeah, I got some shorter opponents today. I got the Thai boy and sparred with Henry, who's actually my height, and then sparred with BP, who's also about the height of the Thai boy as well. So yeah, a little bit of a range advantage for me, but just trying to play around and just find little openings and also let them in and just see what they would do if they were to come in on me, just like whether they'd hook or, and it was interesting to see how they did that. It exposed a couple little holes in my games, which I'm keen to fix up. Moving on over with Henry here. We're sort of doing a little bit of a long guard type of thing to each other, and that was quite good to experiment with. He's kind of using like a little bit of a hook to get me, and he was consistently doing it. He does it really well. So yeah, that was good to know. But yeah, just doing some little retention stuff, but still kind of boxing as well. Henry actually has a fight locally this Sunday, so we're actually going off to Bangkok to see Ross and Lucky fight. Then we'll be back to squeeze in a little bit more training, and then the next day on the Sunday will be Henry and 3 of the Thai boys all on the same fight show, so should be good. Keen, he will be taken off not too long after that, I don't think. So yeah, good for him to get a little fight in, squeeze a country fight in Ubon. Finding opponents is so damn easy here. Kruyo basically just said, look, if I can't get you one, just rock up with us and we'll get you one. So yeah, he ended up getting one anyway, so he's versing some Korean bloke, I think. And finally sparring with BP, who's more of the Thai boy's height, but once again just working on those little angles and just seeing what the shorter person does. My next opponent's shorter than me, so yeah, we're just sort of seeing what would happen, I guess, when you let them come in. But yeah. And just jumping on the bag, working the same old stuff, nothing crazy. Looking super bloated. My partner Emma, she's a nutritionist, she basically said you release cortisol or something like this when you're sick, so might be the cause. From memory, I jumped on the scale this day too, and I was fat as. But then the next day I'd gone down significantly, so whatever. But teeps are starting to feel good. Hips are really getting loose now. I can knee a bit higher. I I can teep higher. I'm starting to kick a lot higher. My hips were so sore in the first week when I got here because Lumbermoon was really trying to get me to kick up higher, knee high, do everything higher and higher. And yeah, you know, upon drilling a lot of teeps and really trying to get them up there, I'm confident I can teep the next opponent in the face, and I'm going to if I can. So, you know, because I've been teeped in the face before and it sucked. My bloody mouth is still numb some days from that teep. You know, it made my teeth go numb. But it was beautifully done. That was my third fight that happened. So here we are on pads though with Ole. And yeah, looking back at this video now, I wasn't really turning my hip on anything, not even on the friggin' punches for whatever reason, I'm not sure. But Ole was saying turn your hip more on the kicks. And I felt a couple of them start to come out, so, you know, I implemented it the next session and the day after too and started to feel it. Thai boy busting out a little modelling pose there. Just jumped on this bag for some elbows. I think I did about a round or so of it before we ended up just clinching anyways. But yeah, clinching was pretty chill. Clinch with the Thai boy. And yeah, same things again, height difference and that, just practicing good etiquette. He does some interesting stuff with his elbows when you're trying to snake. He makes it... The way he makes it difficult, I've never felt that before. He kind of like... He hides his hand somehow, and it makes his elbow hard to get. And, you know, I can feel that he could elbow me in the head when he does that. So that's a tricky little thing that he does. But that was good to feel. Clinching with Lucky here. Basically, Lucky kept snaking one of his arms off of my elbow. When I tried to get his elbow, he'd snake it. And Lumbermoon was just saying, yeah, get head control with your opposite side. Partner swap again and back to the Thai boy. And here we're just, yeah, having a bit of a clinch. I'm kind of laying over the top of him. You can see our stances, we're almost kind of like laying on each other in a way, meeting in the middle, but without giving each other that feeling of like we could turn, which is, I'd say that's reasonably good technique without blowing smoke at my own ass. But yeah, so that was good. Little turns here, got some dumps off I think, but another partner swap and just finishing up with Ross. And yeah, it's good. And to finish off finally, I did some teeps on the bag. Still laying off those kicks and knees just for the ankle's sake, which probably the way it's looking is going to be the whole time really. But yeah, finished off with some weighted punches, 1-2s, jabs, and then crosses, and then back to 1-2s. And I did this for, I don't know, several minutes, maybe 6 to 8 or something. Did some shadow boxing, just a bit of freestyle, just keeping the weights here, and then finished off still holding the weights and just doing our 5 laps of knees around the room. Toes are starting to get stronger, ankles are starting to get stronger. Even though it is sore, I'm actually managing to stay on my toes, which is nice. And yeah, obviously neck stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe.